Hey guys, welcome to lecture 16. This lecture is going to be on index objects, which we've been learning about in series and data frames. Let's start off as always, just importing the regular stuff. You can go ahead and just copy and paste this if you want to. We're going to import series and data frame, and then import pandas as PD. Okay, so let's just go over quickly about series and index objects. So we'll create a series, we'll call it my_ser, and we'll create this series by, let's just make it a 1, 2, 3, 4 array, or I should say list in this case. We'll pass a list, and then we'll define the index as A, B, C, and D. Okay, and then we can just take a quick look at what that appears. Alright, so now your index is A, B, C, D, since you specifically set that through that list, and your series is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I wanted to get the index. I can set that as an object. I can say my index, and you might remember this from previous lectures. You can just get the index by saying .index. Let's go ahead and show what we set. Cool. So now we have our index unit. Just don't worry about this U. It won't actually be part of the index. It's just indicating that it is the index. So we have A, B, C, D, and it's object type. We can grab index values just by calling them. So let's say you wanted to grab that number 2 index value. Think about what you'd expect to pop up. So it's C. If you were thinking B was going to pop up, remember that the index starts at 0. So it'd be 0, 1, 2. So out of that list, the third object appeared since we called it 2. 0, 1, 2. So that should be letter C. Let's say we wanted everything past 2. Then you might remember just from knowing Python that you can use a colon to indicate everything. So this should get us everything past the second index marker. And it does. It gives us C and then D. So those are basically the main ways to mess around with an index. .index to call it off the series, and then you can input specific values you want just by calling them through the array's index value. What happens if you try to change an index value is a good thing to test. So check my index, the very first one, 0. We should get an A out, and we do. If we wanted to change this, let's say we try to do 0, and let's say we try to change it to Z. What would happen? Well, you get an error, which is good. So indexes don't support mutable operations. And what that means is that indexes are immutable, so you can't change them like this. You'd have to pass an entire new index, which is good because that makes the data frames or series really stable. You can't just be changing index values willy-nilly, in a sense. If you wanted to re-index, we can do that. So that will be lecture 17 on re-indexing. Take a look and just make sure you understood everything in this lecture. We'll be doing tons of indexing and re-indexing in the course. This is just a brief intro on it. So you'll see this again and again. Alright, I'll see you at lecture 17 to learn about re-indexing.